Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. Welcome to today's episode of How I'm Getting Effed. I'm your host, Louis Rossman. On this channel, I talk a lot about how companies try to illegally void warranties and have misleading warranty policy. The Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act is an act that came out in the 70s, and it dictates certain basic consumer protection laws with regards to warranty. You cannot void a warranty without the burden of proof being on you if the customer has serviced their product. So for instance, if you have a laptop, if you tried to open the laptop and they can tell that you used a Dremel bit and you have destroyed it, the manufacturer can void your warranty by showing you a picture of what you did. However, if you replaced the battery in a laptop that has an external battery, they can't void your warranty over that when your CPU or your GPU dies. That's not how this works. And it also requires that companies not have misleading warranty terms. An example of misleading warranty terms can be found with LG and their refrigerators. Typically, when a refrigerator is delivered to your house, the delivery men are instructed to throw the box out because the box makes it so it cannot fit through the door. You have to get rid of the box and the packaging materials in order for most refrigerators to fit through a door. So what LG did, since they know that nobody ever sees the box, is they put a forced arbitration clause on the front of the box. They offered a 10-year warranty, but they were not honoring this warranty on many products that failed within 1 to 3 years. When people wanted to take them to court or do a class action lawsuit because en masse they were violating their own warranty, they were not able to do that because the box had a forced arbitration clause on it. Forced arbitration means that you cannot take a company to court if they have wronged you or broken the terms of their contract. Arbitration is like a court, except it's a kangaroo court that the manufacturer pays for. Since the manufacturer is paying for the court and they are the customer, there's obviously a conflict of interest there with regards to how those things go. I've also gone over this with companies like DCS that decided to change the terms of their warranty without informing their customers and have web information on their website that was misleading as a result of making customers believe that the warranty had never changed. I've gone over this with Weber Grills as well as Harley Davidson, where they were illegally voiding warranties and the FTC smacked them. And today we're going to be going over this with what is, in my opinion, the worst vacuum company on earth, which you should never buy a vacuum cleaner or carpet cleaner from as long as you live, which is Hoover. Hoover is a company that has been purchased many, many times over. When I was a kid, they were known as a great brand. Now, again, like after being sold to this one, I don't know, who had private equity, whatever the hell that happens nowadays. Well, this company has transferred hands so many times that you're not really getting a product from Hoover. So this is a carpet cleaner that I got because I have a cat. I have hardwood floors all over my house, but my stairs have carpet, which means that Mr. Clinton is going to find the one part of my house that is carpet and puke on it every single day. I am a clean freak. I like to be the type of person where I don't even have a 7-second rule of food drops. I want to be able to have a 2-minute rule in my house. I have the type of house where you could put your finger in water, you can do this to the floor, and you see nothing. I am that type of clean freak. I have air scrubbers that run all day long, the type of construction ones when I'm not here. I clean stuff every single day. I'm meticulous with this type of thing. I'm kind of a clean freak. So I got this carpet cleaner, and it seems to have one particular problem with it that I'll demonstrate to you over here. So let me just actually I don't have a screwdriver on me, so I'll just do it without. So this is a trigger over here, and when you press the trigger, it will let out the carpet cleaning fluid. To be fair to Hoover, they have the best carpet cleaning fluid I've ever used in 10 years. So there's somebody that I know that's had some marks on their carpet for 13 years from a cat spraying, and this was literally the only carpet cleaning fluid that ever got rid of it. I was expecting to have to cut this carpet out with a box cutter, and it did. So I got to give Hoover a little credit there. But this is the trigger. So one point is when you pull the trigger over here, it's supposed to take the carpet cleaning fluid that's inside the container and then shoot it out through here so that you can move it back and forth. This brush is going to clean all the junk off the carpet. It's going to rip it off, and then you have a little vacuum cleaner over here. Now, the problem with this is that this trigger mechanism is absolute garbage. It looks like it was designed by an Apple engineer, and we're going to go over Hoover at Apple engineers later on. So as you can see, when I push the trigger, it is then going to allow the carpet cleaning fluid out, but what you may notice is it never fully retracts. And as a result of it not fully retracting, that means that it's going to keep spraying the fluid, and you're going to run out of fluid very quickly. It's almost like this is the type of design that's going to cause you to buy more fluid because you're going to use it all up. So what you have to do is you kind of have to put your finger behind here and then push in this really awkward way, and because there's this open, sharp plastic over here, it's going to hurt your finger after a while, which makes it really painful to use it. So what I did is I decided to go to their website and try and file a warranty claim because I saw that it has about a 1-year warranty, and I had only purchased this about 7 months ago. So the first problem that I had when going to Hoover's website is when you scroll to the bottom, there's actually a do not sell my personal information button, because for some reason, when you purchase a vacuum cleaner nowadays, It says, do not sell my personal information. What kind of personal info are you even going to have on me? You're going to have, like, does this have a camera in it where you're collecting the fucking color and weight of Mr. Clinton's hairball? Like, why? Why is this here? And it gets better. As you can see, the do not sell my personal information page does not have any form on it. I actually have to disable the ad blocker in Brave. Do note that I do not have block scripts. Let's say I do not block fingerprinting. That doesn't do it. I have to disable the ad blocker in order to even get access to the form. So I filled out the form, and we're really not off to a good start here because this is a vacuum cleaner and you have a do not sell my personal data shit on your website. After submitting my do not sell my information request to a vacuum cleaner company, I did wind up getting a response to the do not sell my data request. I just blocked out my number here because God knows I get enough spam calls as it is. And they said, thank you for submitting your do not sell my information request. We do not sell your personal information, which again begs the question as to why you have a do not sell my personal information thing on your effing website to begin with. But I digress. We move on. And this is the warranty over here. It said it is actually a 2-year limited warranty. So I decided to submit my warranty claim. I submitted my warranty claim on July 13th, 2024, and I did not hear back from them for a full week. Since I didn't hear back from them for almost a week, I said, hello, it's been 4 days and I've heard nothing. If I don't hear anything by tomorrow, I'll assume that is not your intention to honor the warranty in this product. Please let me know how you'd like to proceed. And they said, oh, you had a different contact email because I had the Plus Hoover, which again, they could have responded to the Plus Hoover one sometime within a week. I have a 6-employee company and they respond to emails within 10 to 20 minutes. It says, we apologize for the inconvenience. We found your, have you soaked the ends of the hose in tool and then taken a pin to the hole to ensure there is no residue causing the trigger to stick? If you have done all of this troubleshooting, let's gather more information. Please respond to this with a picture of the bottom of the unit, and also can you get us a full shot of the base for us to view the diagram? Now, I had already sent them a picture of this data label on my original ticket, and also in the video that I had sent them demonstrating the problem, you can very clearly see the data label, but I say, fine, whatever, I'll send this again. I told them that I actually did try doing this and that I had no luck. So I also sent them a video of this. So I said, with regards to your suggestion, I tried soaking the hose ends of the tool with warm water, but this does not change. I've tried soaking with warm water and baby shampoo to try to get out the gunk. Nothing has worked. I removed the 2 screws to look under it to see if there's any gunk, dirt, or obstructions. I saw nothing there. And I also showed them that the trigger that attaches to the nozzle must be moved forward in order for it to stop shooting fluid. I noticed that this nozzle does not move back into place, which appears to be the cause of my problem. So I also sent them a second video. As you can see over here, like if I push on the bottom, it will go back up, but I have to push in it. It doesn't automatically return to its original position. It doesn't automatically return to the position. You have to put physical force there, even after soaking it. And so I sent them an email going over that. And after I sent them an email going over that, I said, if you have any suggestions on how to resolve it, it'll be amazing. I have to use a flathead screwdriver right now to deal with this. Thank you for taking the time. I really appreciate it and continue to enjoy being a lifetime Hoover customer. I went over the other products that I've used and how I really thought that they were quality products. Try to be as polite as possible. After answering all of their questions, as well as providing a video demonstrating how all of this looks with these screws off, and also showing them that this doesn't work even after opening it and soaking it, they asked me for a picture of the unit's data label. This is the 3rd time they are asking me for something that I have already uploaded. But I said, fine, F it, I will do it. Again, as you can see over here, it usually takes them 3 days to ever get back to me. And over here, I got an email asking for this, so I sent it, I just took it, it's just not here. Here you are. I sent it 2 times, and this is what I got in response, and this just set me over the edge. Just to be clear, if you read any of my emails, I am polite, I am courteous, I am kind. Ugh. Hello, Lewis. The hose just went into back order status. Let's get you a new unit replacement. Please follow the replacement instructions below. Unplug the unit from electrical outlets. Cut the cord up next to the unit. Peel the data label off the unit to apply to a piece of paper. Attach 2 pictures to this email for our review. A picture of the label attached to the paper, and a picture showing the cord cut off the unit. So after making you 2 videos, after taking a picture of this thing 3 effing times, now, after taking pictures of the screw holes in your unit, which, by the way, you should know what screw holes are in your effing unit because you asked me for its serial number and its model number. Why would you ask for the serial and the model if that has no say on what this unit is? But anyway, here, let me just show you something. So we're going to take the tanks off of this piece of shit and right here so I don't drip water everywhere. Okay, so this is the unit over here. I've got some pretty sharp nails and I'm going to try and get this label off. I scrape. And it's not coming off. This is a label that is going to take me 5 minutes to get off of this thing. All right, at this point, it's very, very obvious what's going on. Why would you need the label from me 3 times when it's already been provided to you? Why would you need pictures of all the screw holes thing if you had literally every single piece of information you needed? You have the serial number, you have the model number, you have everything over here that you should need to know the exact piece that I need. And you already saw that, but you're just going to keep asking for it, even though that shows up in the videos. So here's what happens over here. Let's see if I want to get this piece of shit label off of here. I have some pretty sharp nails, and I'm going to pick at this thing over and over again, and it doesn't want to come off. It's probably going to take me 2 or 4 minutes to get that off. And it's also, again, I have to cut up the cord. After cutting up the cord and destroying the rest of this thing, I then have to send you video evidence that I destroyed this product so that I can get this fucking handle that you don't even sell on your website. This thing is like $5. It's very obvious what Hoover is doing here. They're going out of their way to make it as difficult as possible to get warranty service. They don't respond to your claim unless you follow up on it. They will ask for information 3 times you have already submitted. They will ask for more information and pictures of everything, even though they have all the serial number and model number information to understand exactly what it is you own. Then when you're finally done demonstrating all this shit, they're going to ask you to fucking cut up your unit and send them proof that you cut up your unit and ripped off the data label. God knows why you were even fucking asking me to do that, just so that, you know, you could prevent a scammer from getting a free nozzle out of you. Like, I wanted this trigger. That's all I wanted is this thing. You fucks, you seriously think that I am going through all of this trouble to scam you out of this $5 part? Who the fuck on planet Earth buys a carpet cleaner for $100 from Walmart, goes out of their way to submit a warranty claim, once asked for proof, goes out of their way to manufacture an artificial defect that they can show you and then fix later so that they could sneakily get a second nozzle from you? It's either A, you are going out of your way to try and create a policy to prevent the one person on planet Earth. I'm not even going to say that. There's 0 people that exist on planet Earth that are going to scam you in this way, or you are going out of your way to make it as difficult as humanly possible to get a warranty done because you know that people are going to forget about it. Normal people have busy lives. They work 50 hours a week. They barely have $500 in their savings. They have family. They have responsibilities, and sometimes they want to have a life. So if you keep placing these little obstacles in place, they're going to forget about it. Very similar to companies like LA Fitness or ABC Fitness. ABC Fitness that requires that I certified mail you a letter if I want to cancel my membership, even though I can sign up on your website in 2 minutes. You know that if I have to drive to the post office, and you know that if I have to wait in line 15 minutes, that I'm going to put it off and I'm just going to keep paying for it. When companies opt you in a forced arbitration by default, but ask you to send them a written notice written in the fucking telomeres of your DNA to opt out of the forced arbitration, they know you're probably not going to do that. Many companies nowadays do this shit where they place as many barriers as humanly possible between you and getting what you have the right to. They offered a 2-year warranty. I didn't ask them to do that. They decided to put that in their manual. They decided to advertise that. If you're going to advertise that, I'm going to hold you to it. Anybody that's had a broken Atten that's purchased it from me, you know how type of warranty service that I offer. If I have a spare part, I'll send you the spare part. If I don't have a spare part, Patrick will say, "What do you want to do?" I'm like, just fucking send them another one. Just like ask them to send the old thing back. And when you treat people like human beings, you'll notice that for the most part, they actually send you the old shit back on the honor system. Anyway, this was my response over here because I just absolutely lost my shit. Thank you very much for the reply. I'm going to be very careful to say Hoover rather than you. I used to work customer service, and I remember how aggravating and frustrating it was to be held accountable by customers who would scream at me when I didn't do anything wrong. Here's how I would summarize my interaction with Hoover. I sent a picture with the data label along with a video of what's wrong. After Hoover requested more detail, I said, "You guys, another video opening the unit." Hoover asked me for the same label again, so I sent it again. Now Hoover wants me to take a third video, not for purposes of repair, but solely so that you can watch me cut into pieces what I already own. A completely unnecessary task that I must videotape myself doing and send to you, as if I am a prisoner under house arrest and have to prove my whereabouts and location rather than a paying fucking customer. While I think you have all the intention in the world of helping me, I don't feel confident that management or executive leadership at your company is acting in good faith, or they have provided you the tools to do so. I bet you're a great person, simply following the policy put in front of you. I hold nothing against you. I did this for Model Sporting Goods and Lowe's, and it sucked. It's obvious that this is no longer about processing my warranty. This is about having customers jump through as many hoops as possible in the hopes that they'll give give up and go away. The way I see it, two things can be the case. A, this is a stall tactic to make it difficult for people to file warranty claims in the hope that customers with rightful warranty claims give up and go away. B, this is Hoover's way of preventing fraud in the following hypothetical scenario. Someone goes out of their way to contact you, files an RMA for a replacement handpiece and a $99 carpet cleaner. They follow up on their ticket several times, producing numerous videos on the issue. Prior to sending you videos of what's going on inside the unit, this individual artificially creates a temporary defect in the trigger mechanism they believe they can undo later, all to trick you into sending them a new handpiece so that they now have two pieces for this carpet cleaner instead of one. Number two is not a plausible scenario. Even the stupidest and most desperate criminal in the United States has better ways to spend their time for return on an investment than whatever scam this policy is designed to stop. Based on years of interfacing with the Federal Trade Commission, right before the President of the United States tasked them with writing consumer protection rules for right to repair, I believe that the FTC would interpret this as a violation of the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act. I'm not sure if Hoover is aware that every violation of the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act can be subject to a fine of up to $37,000 per violation, which costs considerably more than my $100 carpet cleaner. Take a look at the FTC's ruling against Harley-Davidson and Weber Grills, among others. Hoover has until 12 o'clock Central Time to process my warranty claim, or I am making a complaint with the FTC and the Attorney General, in addition to pursuing every avenue I have gained access to after 10 years of lobbying for consumer protection legislation and successfully getting 4 bills passed. If Hoover thinks I am kidding, they can look at the first playlist on the YouTube channel that the video on this vacuum cleaner is uploaded to. The Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act says the following: Disclosure of Terms and Conditions 2302. The section requires that written warranties be disclosed in a manner that is clear and easy to understand and prohibits terms that are misleading or deceptive. Specifically, it mandates that warranties must be provided to the consumer in a single document in a form that is easy to read and understand. To be clear, easy to read and understand. And when you take a look at this particular manual that I'm going to show if I can get on the screen, there is no place in this warranty where it says that I have to send them proof after sending them a label 3 times, several videos, that I have to send them meticulous proof that I have destroyed my unit and literally torn labels off of it that are fucking stuck and adhesed to that shit with super glue. You know that if you have a fucking label that is stuck to the bottom of this unit that is as difficult as possible to remove, and you're specifically asking me to send you video evidence of me removing this and cutting the unit to pieces, that you're doing that at this point in bad faith to fuck with me. I have attached a copy of your warranty's terms and conditions from the manual that's provided with this unit. If you read it, you'll notice that nowhere in here does it say that I have to cut it to pieces of my unit and send you video evidence of it in order to receive warranty service. The average working American that works 50 to 60 hours a week that does not have $500 for an emergency does not have the time to go back and forth with you. My objection is not about the $100. It's about the bad faith in the policy. These are games that strip the customer of their dignity in hopes that they'll go away and consider it a loss because they don't have the time or resources to push back. I do. This ends now. I will invest my time, my money, and my resources and my contacts into ensuring that Hoover never gets away with this again and is fined to the full extent of the law by the appropriate consumer protection by the appropriate consumer protection agency to ensure that Hoover never does this to a customer again. If Hoover cannot quote from the manual where it says that receiving warranty service is conditioned on me sending you a 3rd video where I cut my unit to pieces after having already sent you repeated videos demonstrating the problem and the label, I expect my claim to be processed. Again, I'm sure that you're an amazing person. I used to work customer service for crappy companies with crappy policies, and I know better than to blame you personally. This is why I've carefully used the word Hoover instead of you. I'm sure you'd make a great fun to have a beer with, play air hockey, and shoot the shit on how much working for Hoover sucks. Next time, and then I provided them with the quote from their own warranty policy, which never says this. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking at this point, because again, I'll show you this at the end of the video. I have this problem with autism too. So I'm not speaking to insult you. I'm speaking because I have to resist this in myself. Many of you are probably thinking at this point, why? Well, obviously, I have a way to solve the problem, Louis. I know how to solve it. Why don't you fix it? Why don't you put a spring in there? You could put a spring. You're missing the point. The problem with autism is that it causes both myself and you to solve the wrong problem. When it comes to certified mail, when a gym like ABC Fitness says I can sign up on their website in 30 seconds to give them the money, but when I want to stop giving you the money to cancel, I have to certified mail you a fucking letter to this particular address. What people like me used to do, and what people like, again, if you don't train yourself to get out of this shit, what you wind up doing is you'll say, well, there's actually a way to print certified mail at home. I'm going to program a website that allows you to print certified mail from home. No! You are accepting the premise of assholes. You should not have to fucking print certified mail in 2024 if a gym has a way to sign you up online. If I could sign into a profile online and I can pay you online, there should be a fucking cancel button where I can cancel online. Conversely, if you have a 2-year warranty on this product, you advertise it with a 2-year warranty. I should not have to unscrew the unit. I should not have to fix the trigger mechanism by finding some sort of fucking spring or some new lubrication process. I should not have to spend my time reverse engineering the handle. Can I do that? Yes, I can. Is that the point? No, it's not. The point is that this is a company, like many other companies nowadays, that maliciously and deliberately have policies and procedures in place to fuck you out of what you bought and rightfully paid for. I did take an Asperger's quiz over here, and like this is not just a quiz that I took for the internet. You know, like I have a therapist. I go to a therapist regularly, the same way that I go to the gym regularly. In 2019, I was 190 pounds. I'm 155 now, and I could lift the same amount of weight now that I could before. Even just because I lost the weight does not mean that I stopped going to the gym. I stay regularly for maintenance. The same thing with therapy. You should maintain your mental health, especially if you're insane like I am. I remember being given this autism quiz. I'm never gonna forget this shit a long time ago, and I'm arguing over how the answers are too rigid, and I'm arguing over the meaning of the questions, and I'm like questioning and back and forth, and like, you know, she laughs and she says, if you're arguing over the meaning of the questions, then you might just actually be autistic. So to be clear, I'm not saying this to insult you. I'm saying this because this is a problem I used to experience myself. Trying to solve the wrong problem. Accepting the premise of assholes because you are so excited to solve the technical problem that you ignore the premise of assholes problem. Don't do that. Now, this is important with Hoover. You may say, well, it's only a vacuum cleaner, right? It's only a little carpet cleaner. No, this happens if you buy their $400 products. I have the corded version of this, thank God. I walk around my house with a 100-foot extension cord because I don't feel like dealing with the batteries and the vacuums and the cordless shit, but mine works. If you buy this cordless one over here, you may notice when you're talking about battery contacts and everything over here, this was thought through so poorly, and this is where I was talking about the Apple engineers here. When you read the reviews of this, it says that the self-cleaning feature fails after a few times of it working due to the base having its charging connectors in the wet area. The charge points become wet and start to corrode, which makes the device think the battery is bad, and you have many, many other reviews saying the same thing. Tried calling Hoover several times, no answer. I even waited on hold for over an hour and a half and nobody picked up. And this is the problem when a company gets sold to a company that gets sold to a company that gets sold to a company that gets sold to somebody else that doesn't give two shits of an F. They have the brand name, they purchased the little picture and the right to the brand name that makes you think that what you're getting is a good product when you are not. When you take a look over here, you will see that this company continued to get sold over and over and over again. This, let's see, it was once part of Maytag, then Whirlpool, Tectonic, Candy, High Air, and now it's like I get messages from TTI Floor Care or some shit like this. At the end of the day, like this, and you could see the reviews over here. If you look up reviews for Hoover, the original brand, they're good. If you look up reviews for the company that's dealing with this shit, you will see that they are low, because once a company has been purchased 6 times over and just recycled over and over again, more so than, you know what, I'm not even going to use that joke. Once a company has gone through this many changes in ownership, this is the shit that happens. And you have products like this that literally, like, I don't know how they did this. They must have hired the fucking Apple engineer that decided to put the 50-volt line next to the 1.7-volt line going to the CPU. This over here is a design defect in Apple products where they were supposed to put these pins as far apart as possible, but since it wraps around, they wound up, I think, like this is pin 1 and that's 43 or something like that. So this is a CPU data pin over here. This is for the graphics lines of the CPU. It's approximately like 1.7 volt data line. And then next to that is a 50-volt line for powering the backlight in the screen. And Apple put these two things next to each other because that's modern engineering. And like, I imagine that like, maybe this guy quit, maybe Hoover offered them a job, and they decided to be the person that decided to put the self-cleaning feature with liquid on a wet vac right next to battery contacts. There are many modern Hoover products that are complete pieces of shit. Hoover is not the company that it used to be because of all the changes in ownership, which means you are going to need to have a company that stands by their warranty. Many of the reviews in this product say that they don't stand by their warranty. They hang up on you when you've been on the phone after an hour. And over here, you can see how they go out of their way to do this. If you want a replacement, you have to tear off the untearable label and then put it on a piece of paper. And then you have to cut your unit to pieces. And then you have to send me a copy of the label because the 3 fucking copies of the label I already sent to you are not good enough for you. What the fuck is wrong with you? How do you think that this is okay? How has a consumer protection agency not fucked you guys in the ass already? Seriously, you asked me for that label 3 fucking times, and now you want me to tear it off to pieces, paste it to a piece of paper, and give it to you again? What the fuck is this shit? A kindergarten arts and crafts project? Suck my dick. I'm not doing that. I don't give 2 shits of a fuck if I spend 160 hours on this. I had to submit a 70-page paper to the FTC months before Joe Biden, president, whatever, decided that he was going to ask the FTC to craft right to repair rules for consumer protection. This was 70 pages. That paper cost $50,000. I submitted it to them. I will hire that dude again to write a 70-page white paper interviewing every single customer that you have fucked, because I guarantee that you haven't only done this shit to me. Fuck you. In purchasing this product, I committed a cardinal sin, which is that I purchased a consumer product rather than an industry or professional business level product. If I'm buying a laptop like back in the day, I do not buy an Acer Aspire or a Dell Inspiron. You buy the Dell Latitude D620. If Trump had that thing like a week ago and he did this, that bullet would not have even grazed his ear. It would have bounced back off of it and hit the sniper. If I'm buying a vacuum cleaner, I do not buy some consumer bullshit. I buy a Ridgid. Like, look at this thing. This thing is absolutely amazing. This thing fucks, and this thing sucks as much as humanly possible. This thing sucks like Paris Hilton in 2004. You have this attachment over here allows you to pick up literally everything on a hardwood floor. If you want to pick up stuff on a carpet, people say, well, I need the vacuums to spin. No, you don't. Get your fucking rows in. Do your bent over rows. It'll help you in the summer when you want to kayak by Cesar Chavez Street on the Colorado River. This thing over here, this is a brush. You just do this. It'll get everything off of your carpet. If you want to clean a chair or something that Mr. Clinton has kind of fucked up, this thing will get every single thing out. You have a chair or something that you want to get stuff out of, or a car. You try a consumer vacuum with this attachment, it's weak. You try this thing, it rips everything off of it. This vacuum cleaner cost me $89. And if you want to upgrade it to HEPA filtration, because you want high quality filtration so that you don't have that thing where your room smells, even if you are sucking up the most miserable, disgusting crap, you are in your garage and you're sucking up cockroaches that were dead from 7 years ago, you could get a HEPA filter for $30. These things are $20 on sale, and then you have the quality that you would get with a $500 or $1,000 Dyson vacuum on a vacuum that's $90. It's awesome. Buy professional. What I should have done if I had half a brain is I would have purchased a commercial product, a commercial carpet cleaner. The reason I didn't is because most of them are large carpet cleaners, and the only carpet that I have in this residence is on the stairs. So, having the large ones, it literally doesn't even fit on the stairs, so it's kind of a mess. I wanted a small one, but I'm sure that if I had put in the effort, I could have found it, and I wouldn't have wasted this time back and forth with Hoover. I wouldn't have wasted all the carpet cleaning fluid that I had, which costs money. I wouldn't have wasted my time, my effort. I'd have a clean carpet for the last month instead of a carpet where I'm cleaning it manually. When you go cheap, when you buy personal home use products like this, you wind up with products that are in almost every single way fundamentally worse. And whatever money you save or whatever you get in terms of the aesthetics being nice and pretty, because this is not nice and pretty, it's larger, and it actually requires that I have the ability to do a bent over row with more than 8 pounds in order to use it, you wind up getting a product that's a piece of shit. And it's not worth it. I fucked up. I bought a stupid thing. I made a stupid decision. I did what I always tell you not to do, and I got what I deserved. There's one last thing I want to talk about in this video before moving on. Gamers Nexus, Mr. Steve Burke, I always call him Mr. Steve Burke or Sir because I have a lot of respect for him. He's there are so many people that get to his level. We are some of the very few people that actually will chew out companies that do stupid shit. He is, somewhat more, considerably more successful than me, so he does have sponsors because people actually, his channel, it's somewhat more brand safe than me, but it's honest brand safe. It's the type of stuff that I respect. He has a different approach to this than me. Simply because we have different approaches does not mean that I don't respect his approach or understand the reasoning behind it. When Steve Burke contacts companies, what he tends to do is he will pretend that he's somebody else because he doesn't want the company to treat him differently because he is famous. Like, I don't like, that word has some ego attached to it. I don't mean it. That's why I put it in air quotes. YouTube is D-list fame. It's not real fame. But for the most part, we are famous. When you get to the point of having 2 million subscribers, there's some influencer status over there, and that influencer status is real. So what Steve Burke tends to do is he'll contact the company pretending to be somebody else so that he can figure out how that company would treat a normal user. I do the opposite. I contacted the company with my name, and when I uploaded videos detailing the problem, I uploaded these videos to a YouTube channel with 2 million subscribers. So you could see the subscriber count right over there when you view either of these 2 videos that I uploaded, and if somebody simply clicks on the 2.12 million subscribers, the first video playlist that shows up on my channel is me lobbying in favor of consumer protection law and consumer rights against large companies. So essentially this the way I presented this is essentially, this is literally the last person you want to do this to. So the reason that my approach differs from Steve Burke's as much as it does is because I'm trying to get across the same point in a different way. He's trying to show you how the consumer would get screwed by this company, even if he believes they wouldn't screw him. I'm doing the opposite. I want to show you that companies are so brazen nowadays about fucking you over that they'll fuck anybody over. If they're willing to do this to me, 2 million subscribers, like spent 10 years of his life traveling the country trying to get consumer protection legislation passed, raised almost $2 million for Right to Repair from the co-founder of WhatsApp and his audience. 2 million subscribers. Because I'm not saying it for ego, just not saying it for ego, just saying it for this point. If they're willing to do that to me, what the fuck do you think they're going to do to you? They are going to treat you like pond scum. They are going to treat you like you are a worm, like you are something to be stepped on like a cockroach. The reason that I don't do this as somebody else is I want to show you this is how badly they will treat me. How badly do you think that they're going to treat you? Don't buy Hoover products. They're shit. The company is shit. When you read my email to them, I was literally as respectful as possible because I have had good experience with products that they made way back in the day. Thank you very much for taking the time. I really appreciate it and continue to enjoy being a lifetime Hoover customer. Not only do I enjoy my streamlined floor cleaner, but I have purchased several of your large model vacuum cleaners and full-size carpet cleaners for a friend as a housewarming gift. To be clear, this is a long time ago, so those are probably when they didn't make garbage products. Hoover products are truly a joy to use. Your carpet cleaning solution has removed 10-year-old pet spray smell from a friend's house that nothing else removed. I wasn't expecting it to work, but it worked like a miracle. Your vacuum and carpet cleaners are so easy to maintain for this friend as well, whose home includes 5 cats. The competing Bissell that she owned cost more than the Hoover I got her as a gift, would get clogged up with hat hair constantly. Wow, I gotta learn how to talk. Not only does the Hoover avoid the tangles the Bissell had, but when it has to be cleaned, it's infinitely easier to maintain. Based on this issue, besides this one issue, I've genuinely enjoyed being a diehard Hoover customer over the past 10 years, and I appreciate how responsive you've been to my issue. Even though it took them a week to respond to my effing email, and I had to follow up on it, I always engage with you with respect. It doesn't matter. I do customer service. I've had a company that deals with consumers for 15 years. I am not going to come out saying, your product doesn't work. I engage with people the way that I would like them to engage with me. I try to respond with respect. On this channel, I am a bombastic character. This YouTube channel is essentially my outlet. It is my artistic outlet. This is how it brings me joy to be this character. There was this woman that I was dating in 2012, 2016, and 2022 because I'm an idiot that doesn't know when to call a day a day. And needless to say, I'm never going to forget one of the things she told me. Never going to forget this shit. Where she said something out loud that was genuinely true. She said something about like my personality and everything, and I said, like the YouTube, like that's a character. Like I hate to fucking disappoint you, but this is the real me. The YouTube, that's a character. And what she said is, no, the YouTube you is the real you. I think that's the real you. This is not the real you. The YouTube you is the me. This is the character. The you that I'm seeing is the character. And honestly, that's the one thing that she said that was genuinely insightful, and it's followed me for a really long time. I've always kind of wondered this because like my work life, there are so many areas of my work life that are just massively successful and make sense and they're sustainable and everything. And then like my personal life has all these like messes in it as a result because I treat them differently. And I kind of like, I believe that my personal life is how about this? My personal life is kind of filled with experiences like this where I speak in that manner. And then what I do is I send a message that I am a pushover. I am somebody to be steamrolled over. I am not somebody to be taken seriously. I am somebody that can be fucked over. The YouTube me is not that. And I really need to kind of start, I need to start listening to her and taking this me and making that the real me. In real life, yeah, I don't talk the way I do on YouTube. But honestly, I should. Why is it that the YouTube me, which is the work of me, is not the personal me? Something I got to think about. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Would you purchase a Hoover product after this? Because in my opinion, you should not. By the way, I hope it was worth it for you fucks I genuinely hope that this video was worth it for you pieces of shit to try and get out of sending me a $5 trigger. You chose these policies. You set your customer service up in a way where I have to cut up the vacuum and continue sending you data. You set up your policy so that it's almost impossible for people to get replacements for products that you designed that are defective that you still haven't fucking recalled. You are selling that product with the exact same problem today. You decided to have these policies. You made your choice when you saw my channel. You knew who I was. You decided to fuck me over anyway on something that cost $5 fucking dollars. Now you live with the consequences of it. You made that choice. If you're going to be the bitch, be the whole bitch. Remember, by the way, if you want to buy something that's good, Ridgid. I love these things. No, not rigid. Not rigid. Ridgid. It is not a jog. It is a dog. It is not a jonation. It is a donation. This is not a rigid. It is a Ridgid. I will defend that to the death. And I hope you learned something.